everybody to Rocket Lads
Season 5!
Woo! Wanna be all saints, trying hard to be someone else. All we want is please, giving us no time to breathe. This is our identity.
All right, guys, welcome into the stream. It is finally time for your Rocket Lads Season 5 team reveal. We already know who's playing. We just don't know who's playing with who. And we are so hyped to get to that. Welcome in. We cannot wait. Let's get this started. So I know that you are as hyped as all of us are in the admin room to finally get to know some of these teams that are playing. Quick couple things we want you to understand as we break down. We had taken your rank as it is on Rocket League, the actual game, in 2s and in 3s. So we do a little bit of a blend, right? Some of you guys are, and some of you girls are 2s players, and maybe you're very high ranked in 2s, but when it comes to transitioning you over to 3s, your 3s are a little bit lower. So what we tried to do in order to create fair, fun, and balanced teams is to take a blend of those ranks and come up with your ranking. So I might reference these rankings a little bit as we go through these teams so everyone can kind of see how it's interesting, how things are balanced very well. And just bear that in mind. And sometimes we even as admins have taken a little liberty having had played with different guys too. So again, why do we do all this? It is not to be competitive by any means, but it is to make sure that everybody has a kind of an equal, kind of balanced team so that we can have a really good, fun, and exciting time in Season 5. And everybody at the end of it says, hey, we had a chance. We won some, we lost some, and we had a ton of fun doing it. So without any further ado, let's get into our Team 1. We have 14 awesome teams to cover here. We're going to give you a little bit of a breakdown on each one, kind of what their strengths would be and how we see them doing. So let's get into it. Team number 1, are you ready? Little drum roll. Team 1. Oh, there we go. Joshola, Jamin, Pixel. Coming up for our Team 1 here, first reveal. This is going to be a really interesting team. Joshola, of course, a very high-ranked player. He's coming in at 1,300. That might even be low for him, as he's played at a much higher than that. Took Season 4 off. Nice to see him come back. Comes together with a really good number 2 man, ranked pretty high as well at coming in 1150. And Jamin, good middle field shooter, good all-around passing guy. And to complement both these guys, we come in with Pixel. Now, Pixel he's not now. I think he used to be when signups were there for a little while, our lowest ranked player. Now we've got a few that have come in a little bit under Pixel. Comes in at 700. So sitting at that Plat 1 mark. And it's got big shoes to fill playing at that Plat 1. Trying to keep up with Jamin and Joshola. He's excited to be here. He loves to get good touches on the ball. He's eager to make plays. So, that's really going to complement these guys pretty well. It'll always be a challenge, of course, to blend from 2s to 3s. Pixel being more of a 2s player. Or he loves himself some 1v1, I'll tell you. If he hasn't challenged you already, I promise you he one day will. So, that'll be the challenge for this team. Pixel blending up with that speed of Joshola and Jamin and keeping a high level. But could this team win it all? I'll let you be the judge. As we move on to team number 2. Aspect, Selector, Sprigster. Aspect obviously coming in as and I should have mentioned, by the way, as we go through these teams, I'll bring these guys back up. I'll call out who the captain is. On Team 1, it is going to be Joshola as you look up here. And why that is some guys, when they signed up, they actually said, look, I don't mind captaining a team. So we don't do this based on skill. This is based on who has the time to organize a team or has the ability, just to kind of send out these texts and get guys kind of organized. Because we got to schedule matches and whatnot. So sometimes the best player for that job is not always the skilled player. On this case, the skilled player is the guy. It's Joshola. He will captain Team 1. Aspect will be captaining Team 2. And a good compliment here with Selector and Sprigster. Aspect coming in at a very high ranking, if not the best, up there among the best in Rocket Lads Season 5 at a 1625. Has probably even dropped a bit. Was playing at a 1700 and something level in one division anyway. in one of, I can't know if it was 2s or 3s, but anyway, can certainly play at that very high level. Selexter, a brand new guy to Rocket Lads, was a fan previously. We know him personally, great guy, good kid, younger guy, loves the game. From talking to him, I understand, loves to play a good team game, does like 3s and plays 3s outside of Rocket Lads. So looking forward to seeing what he can do. And of course, Sprigster, you know him, you love him, he's been around the league, good aggressive player, likes to make quick decisions on the ball. That's going to complement Aspect really well. A couple of lower ranked. Selects are coming in at 825, and none of us have really seen him play, so we're going to see if that's true or not. Certainly that's what his ranking is. And Sprigster coming in at Plat 1, 650. Probably could play above this a little bit too. Like I said, quick decisions on the ball, that's going to help. Aspect being a great mentor and coach of these guys is going to go a long way. I think they could make some real noise as we move on to Season 5, and as we here in the studio move on to team number 3. Obsidian, Claytuna, Maxibams. Everyone's kind of wondering, where's Obsidian going to fall? Here it is, Team 3. Obsidian will be your captain of Team 3. Coming in at a little lower ranking than I was expecting to see at 1450. Can certainly play well above this. I haven't had an opportunity to play with him recently. Another one of these great guys. Will teach you lots of skills. Has every tool in the arsenal that you can think of that you've seen those high-skilled Grand Champ kind of players do. Obsidian can do it all. So he's a tough guy to play against, but it's super fun and a nice guy to play with too. Matches really well with Claytuna, very similar. Of course, we have to put someone like Obsidian with some lower ranked players. So 925 with Claytuna, and Maxibam, who I don't know, I haven't met him yet. Of course, some of you know, and that's why he's here. But comes in at an 800. So pretty good team playing there with Obsidian. Claytuna pretty good in the mid, really good shooter. He doesn't miss a whole lot, good contact on the ball. So this will work out really well on this team. Love to see what these guys can do. Moving on to team number 4, you have Mr. Slim, Quietly Chaotic, and Zane Wolf. Captain of this team will be Mr. Slim, young guy, super fast, loves to play at it with an intensity. Has all the skills available to him that you would expect from a higher ranked player. Not quite up there with Aspect and Obsidian, coming in at a 1250 ranking, but a very challenging player to play against. You got to be quick to beat him if you're going to challenge 50s against him, because he does fly. But I think that does blend very well with Quietly Chaotic. Love Quietly Chaotic's gameplay. Had a chance to come up through Platinum together. Since then, he has long surpassed me. Plays at a very high level, sitting at that 1050 mark. And really good, solid, consistent player in Chaotic. Another great guy in the room too. And I think those two are going to get along really well. Match that up with Zane Wolf, who we haven't seen for a while, just coming back to Rocket Lads, coming back to the league a little bit. Comes in at a ranking of 825. He's going to need to play every bit of 825 to keep up with these guys and to be able to challenge. You look at this team, obviously you've got a good solid consistency shooting in percentage-wise in Chaotic. Who's the sniper here will be the question, and obviously that's going to have to fall to Slim. Does he have the ability? Certainly does. Can he do this? Having the pressure of being the number 1 guy in this team? Well, I guess we will find out. Going to be a lot too. Zane having to keep up. We kind of mentioned this on a few different teams. Pixel, for example, great players in their own respects. Going to have to step up to that higher gameplay. And we're going to see that as we go through all 14 of these teams, again and again, is these third guys, even though our number 3 guys have to be at that Plat 1 level or higher, a lot of this is going to come down to, can they elevate their game to keep up to that speed that this is going to be, and for the lack of time and space that we're going to have. So this will be a challenging team. I think this team, though, they pull that all together, could definitely make a dent in Season 5. Moving on to team number 5, we have Trentino, Shiny, Toast. Love playing with Trentino. Had a chance to play with him on Poggers in Season 4. Great all-around, very balanced player. Comes in as their highest ranked player at 1225. And one of his best abilities is keeping it all together up here in the room. Doesn't really get agitated or flustered by bad play, bad gameplay. If he's having a bad day, pulls it all together. He's going to be the guy that holds it. I think that pairs really nicely with Shiny, who is another fast young player, Slim's brother actually, comes in at a 1025 ranking, loves to play that aggressive style, has no qualms about getting up the challenge ball early, can get up aerial. So it's going to work really well, these two. And I don't know a whole lot about Toast. Comes in with a 900 rating. And again, he's here because some of you other players and fans know him. I haven't had a chance to meet him, so I can't break down his gameplay. But from what I know with Shiny and Trentino alone, this is going to be a tough team to play against, particularly up off the backboard. Trentino's very good up there. And so look forward to seeing these guys make some noise in Season 5. Again, Shiny will be your captain for this team, so we look forward to seeing some more from these guys. All right, moving on to team number 6. It's the return of the Crow Man. Of course, he did play in Season 4. But hey, I just love to say the Crow Man. I actually call him Superman. He's a good guy and a good buddy. And Crow is an amazing player. He's going to be your high-ranked player on team number 6. Comes in at a 1225. I was a little shocked. I actually thought he was rated a little higher. I would have expected to see him up in the 1350s. Certainly can definitely play up there. Very, very talented player. Very fast player, especially fast on his fast aerials, his quick aerials. He will get up there and beat you. You've got to be quick. That obviously is going to complement really well with Carcanator. I don't know Carcanator. Again, nobody's here that we don't know as a group. I haven't had a chance to play with Carcanator is what I'm trying to say. Ranked up in an 1150, very good rank to be playing with Crow. I was a little bit shocked, but of course we balance that out with Darlek, another player who I cannot wait to get to know and get to see him play, but I just have not. If I haven't mentioned it, and if you haven't figured it out already, we have a ton of new players coming to Rocket Lad Season 5, which we're excited about. Get a chance to meet new friends, get introduced to friends of other friends who have had a chance to play here. So we're really looking forward to that. This is going to be a good team. They're one of my sneaky suspicion sleepers for Team 5. So look for Team 6 to make a bunch of noise. I'll tell you this, though. Anytime you've got the Crow Man, right, Superman on your team, you have got a chance. All-around great guy and great player. He will be your captain of Team 6, and what a great choice for captain that is. All right, moving on to Team 7. I'm going to drum roll this because where's he going to be? Everybody was wondering, and here we are. Bam! There it is. Covenant. I believe ranked as the highest player in Rocket Lad Season 5. Comes in at a 1675. From what I am told, this guy can do it all. Cannot wait to see it. I do believe I played in a private match with him once, but we were just goofing around. He certainly wasn't showing me his whole game, probably so he didn't embarrass yours truly. And to that, Covenant, I thank you. But can't wait to see him play. Very high-ranked player and apparently an all-around great guy. So that's what we love here in Rocket Lads. That's the most important thing. Pair them up with Robin, Zach, and Luminous. Again, a couple of players who I haven't had a whole lot of. Luminous, I don't know if I've ever played with. Robin, Zach, a very minimal amount, but another great guy. Comes in at a 775. I don't even know if I've been in comms with Robin, Zach. I should say another great player. Could be a lady. I don't think so, though. Anyway, had a chance to play with Robin, Zach a little bit in some private matches, and certainly earns that 775 ranking. That we see there. Luminous, I don't know, coming into that Plat 1. So obviously one of these teams we see balancing out again because we've got a 1675 and then you've got to come down with a couple of Plats. 775, that's pushing Plat. That's Plat 3, I believe. Plat 2, Plat 3. And so, pretty good balance there. One of the challenges will be, as we mentioned, is, these lower players trying to keep up, or is it really the Covenants, the aspects of the world, the random mans who we'll get to, the Josh Scholas, we could go on with these champ guys being able to adjust their game down to that level. Well, that's what they've had to do in seasons past and sometimes to a great degree. That's why we've made this change to bring that bottom up to Plat 1 so that adjustment is a lot less. It makes it a lot more exciting and more fun, honestly, for those higher ranked guys to be able to showcase some of their skill, and you benefit from being able to see that's going to be a great season. So that's your Team 7. Covenant will be your captain, and that'll be a good opportunity for Robin, Zach, and Luminous. Get a chance to learn from a great player. So we look forward to that. Team number 8. There it is. Zero, Nias, and yours truly, Phoenix. So this is a great... I'm loving this team. The reason being, I have been lobbying to play with my buddy Nias. If you're in the league, you guys know you will often see us hanging around channels all the time together playing. We train together, so this is a bit of a dream come true to be able to get a chance to play in the same team. Don't ask Nias. He won't say the same thing, but I'm loving it anyway. No, just kidding. It's going to be a blast to get a chance to play together. We had hoped, before I get to the awesome partner who is Zero. Patty Bigreg was the original member of the Gold Squad. Some of you guys remember the Gold Squad, Nias, Phoenix, Patty. One of these days we'd get a chance to play. So, Patty, come back to us, buddy. Come back to us, and we'll one day get a chance to do that. In the meantime, we get to pick up Zero, a.k.a. Salty, a.k.a. Volcanic. He's got a lot of names. In truth, don't care what he calls himself. This guy can ball at a very high level. You've seen it in Rocket League. This guy can do it. I do believe in twos going SSL. Just an awesome all-around player. Great guy in the comms. We're really looking forward to playing him. His skill complements, obviously we got a couple of lower-ranked players. No one over the 1,000. Nias coming in at 925. Myself, Phoenix coming in at 750. So in that, Plat 2. Currently at a Plat 3, though, ranking Nias at that Diamond 1, Diamond 2 level. It's going to balance really well. Both Nias and myself committed to getting back for those defensive rotations. Zero, we can feed him the ball up front, so I expect to see good things there. A lot of quick decisions, quick gameplay here. I think this is going to be a team that should be able to score a bunch of goals. I do think they're going to be a hard team to score on. So some opportunities there. This team could win a championship. Who knows? Once again, it's too early to tell. I will leave that with you. We are moving on. Oh, I should call Phoenix or myself. Will be the captain of that team. So if you other captains are looking for who to reach out to, teammate, that'll be Phoenix. Moving on to team number 9. Random Man, Lemons or Lemons. I would guess it's Lemons. Could be Lemons. I don't really know. And Sawhop. So Sawhop's actually the only member of this team I actually do know. It's his first season. I think all 3 of these people, though, first season for these guys. All of them in Rocket Lad. So this will be interesting. One of those, I think it's the only team that has 3 brand new Rocket Laddies heading into Season 5. Sawhop, all around great kid, and should be super fun to play with. Comes in at that Plat 2 level. Looks like 725. Lehman's a little bit less, 700. They got him in the second position, but that just could be a miscue on the ranks. So Sawhop then really would be the second man on this team, the middle man, and Lemons or Lemons coming in at 700, so that Plat 1 level. Random Man, though, a high-level player, 1,600 the ranking. From what I heard, Zero's a good friend of his. Can do it all. Going to be exciting to watch this guy. Very competitive to play against. Not attitude-wise, just very highly skilled. Very difficult player to play against. So they actually come in as the lowest ranked team this season at 3025. These other teams we've been talking about ranking from Team 1. Actually, I'll give it to you. From Team 1 to Team 9. You have 3150, 3100, 3175, 3125, 3150, 3175, 3075. That's Covenant's team. So that's one of the, I think, second lowest. And you've got Team 8 we talked about, 3175. Do you hear a pattern here? Very similar, very balanced teams. And, of course, this team coming in at 3025, lowest ranked team. And a lot of that has to do with what we have to do to balance out some of these guys with unbelievable ability. So, again, going to be a challenge playing with some of the lower players. But that's why that bar was set so high that no one's really low anymore. Everyone's going to be Plat minimum. So, it should be fun to see this team get in there and cause some damage in Season 5. Again, moving on. Team number 10. And welcome, by the way, to all 3 of you to Rocket Lads. Team 10, Blank Outcast, Gary, General Legos, a.k.a. Sins. You've known I Write Sins. She played in all the other seasons. Absolute great player. I often say, very consistent. Great shots top of the key or top of the slot or whatever, football analogy, offside box if you want to use soccer. But that sweet spot right there in front of the net doesn't miss a whole lot. Goes really well with Blank Outcast, who is kind of your offensive defenseman. So it takes a lot of shots. He's going to captain this team, actually. His rank is 1275. He's your best player on the team. He's a stone wall when it comes to defense. Makes outstanding, ridiculous saves he has no business making. But he can also get the ball up quick. That works really well. General Legos often hanging around that neutral zone, looking for those outlet passes. Gary in his right. Now, we've got both Legos and Gary ranked at a 950. Legos for sure. Every bit that rank and play really high. General Legos at that rank. Not to be confused with one of the admins and casters, Lego. This is General Legos. And I think she's just teasing him, to be quite honest. But Gary coming in at a ranking of 950 as well is going to have to play his best game to be able to uphold that rank. Might be a bit of a blend here. Gary's another great player to have in the room. All-around great guy. Keeps the mood nice and light. Can get good solid contact on the ball. Can hustle in the corners pretty well. You're not going to miss a lot of passes you put his way. Has to hustle back, get back to defensive rotations. That'll be a challenge for him as he's typically a twos guy. And so, he's going to have to do that really well to live up to that 950 ranking. I expect to see him do so. So that's going to be a tough team. This is another one of my sleeper picks to cause some damage in the round robin. I'll leave it to you how they would fare in the playoffs. I don't see this team in a wild card position, though, so I think that they're going to do all right. Going to be a great team. Moving on, team number 11. Rusted Fargo, JC Newby, Snowman, my sleeper pick to possibly win it all. This is an all-around great team. Oh, I should say that they were 3175, team 10, blank Gary General Legos. So 3125 comes in this rank, this rating, for team 11. Rusted Fargo being the captain and their number one player. Coming in at a 1225, a fantastic all-around player. This guy can shoot from anywhere. I remember watching him in a season, a lot of shots off the ceiling, and he puts them on target almost all the time. So it's a really, really challenging guy defensively to play against. It's a bit of a nightmare that way if you're sitting in net. Comes with JC Newby, who is very similar and about a diamond 2, I think that is. Comes in at a 950 there. Another quick player, another good, consistent all-around player. Snowman being their third at also a 950, and I think some would have argued, wait a minute, that's kind of a bit of an underrank. But we took his rank from 2s and 3s and made a blend. He's certainly capable of playing at a much higher level. I think he's even been champ in 2s. And loves to get up nice and high in the wall. He'll be that aerial guy for you. Doesn't snipe a whole lot of shots, but what used to be, he used to tell you, I had a chance to play with him last season as well, that his defensive aspect of his game was his weak spot. Not anymore. Season 4 saw Snowman making tons of saves, really dedicated himself to that defensive aspect of the play, and he is a goal-to-goal, full-pitch player now. So my sleeper pick, Team 11, coming in there at 3125 to do some noise, though. Moving on to team number 12. Cookies, Lion, not Lion Lad. Big congratulations to Lion Lad, by the way. Newly married, and our hat we tip to you. We will miss you in the season, but all the best. And moving on to great and better things. So, not to be confused with Lion Lad, is just Lion, and following up in the third position is Jingle Bread. Cookies, the captain of this team, best player ranking of 1225. That's not his best. I do believe he's been higher. Certainly, I was a little bit shocked to see this ranking. I do believe that he could play well above this. I don't know Lion. I'd love to comment on his play style. Obviously, pretty good, solid player. He's just under by a ranking of 50 under Cookies himself, coming in at 1175. Jingle Bread, I do know. He's more of a 2s player, somewhere in and around the Plat 2 or Plat 3 and 2s. Comes in at a Plat 1 for 3s, as we did a bit of a blend to get him there. Doesn't play a lot of 3s. That'll be his challenge. But while I haven't played Rocket League with him, I have played hockey with him and some other tournament-style sports in some venues. Won a few championships together, too. A great guy. Super fun in the room. You guys are going to love to play with him, and I expect that, like everything else the Jingle Bread does, he does well. So, and he's a pilot in real life, so maybe we'll see him high-flying here in Season 5. Let's hope so. And coming in there, Team 13. I think I already gave you the captain. Yeah, so the ranking there, I should say, is the second lowest ranking, though, for these guys, Cookies, Lion, and Jingle Bread. I was a little bit shocked at that, but again, I think that's just because we don't know where Jingle Bread really is. That 644 really pulls that down, but I think they are going to be just fine. So moving on to team number 13, our second last team. There's only 6 of you left, and you're probably biting your nails. Who's it going to be? Who's it going to be? There we go. Team 13, Atmos, Age Unicorn, Prairie Ranger. I think this is a really great team. Again, it's one of my dark horse picks. 3175. Atmos coming back. Now, I'm almost sure this didn't play in Season 4. I don't think so. Was going to. Opted out. Returning to Rocket Lads for Season 5. Probably going to encouraged by the bar lift a little bit. Coming in at 1200. Very talented player. 1125 for Age Unicorn as our middleman here on Team 13. Both of these guys play a really good, solid rotational game. Atmos, very good in the air. I think also Atmos, if I'm not mistaken, if I remember playing him, really good with the demos, well-timed, likes to get in there and doesn't mind getting a little bit gritty. So we'll see. That could really benefit this team and breaking Age Unicorn out for some oddball or odd man shots. Prairie Ranger coming in as their number 3 guy, ranked in 850. I think he plays right in and about there. I do think, again, when it comes to Prairie Ranger, great shooter, has a good touch on the ball, good touch around the net, doesn't blast a lot off the crossbar and things like that. So going to be a good addition to this team. I think to really play up to that 850 as a twos player, typically maybe have to see him do the rotation really, really well. And I think that if he does, then this is a really dangerous team. Prairie may be one of the funnest guys you can play on a team with. So Atmos, Age Unicorn, you're going to love being in the room with this guy. Keeps it nice and light, keeps it fun, as do him and all of his brothers. So enjoy that. Nice shout out to that family. Great bunch of guys. All right, Team 14, your last team. Here we go. Kuru, Whiskey Boy, and Evan Lars. You already knew it was you because you're last, but great all around. Coming in at a 3150 ranking for our final team. Kuru is going to be the captain here. I should have said, by the way, in last team, Prairie Ranger being your captain of team number 13. Sorry, forgot that again. So, Team 14, we got Kuru, Whiskey Boy, Evan Lars. This is a team that I think is really interesting. Comes in at a 3150, so they're right middle of the pack as far as their ranking goes, but could play every bit above them. 1200 for Kuru. He's going to be your captain, your leader on this team. But Whiskey Boy is nipping right at his heels there at 1150, and I've seen Whiskey Boy play. He gets a lot of power on shots. You're going to have to work pretty hard to beat him on 50s. He plays very aggressive. I really love to watch him play. Never had a chance to play with him on a team. Would love to one day. And, of course, Evan Lars, who I will say comes in with a ranking of 800. I actually think that might be a little bit low. He plays a great all-around game. A natural, maybe one of the most natural shooters that I have seen. His shooting progressed at a lower rank level far above the rest of his game if the ball was to come to him. So now that he's progressed and the game's filled out, Evan Lars can do some real big things. I think he's a great third-man addition to this team, and they have a chance possibly to win this all. Certainly to get themselves in a position to avoid a wild card match. So that is your Season 5 Rocket Lads team reveal. A couple of things we need to go over, though, just a little bit of homework. You captains, listen up. You've got to get your team logo and your team name selected and made and private DM'd to Dax by the 17th. There will be, I'm going to say, listen, there will be no exceptions. If you don't, your name will be picked for you and your logo will be given for you. Will be as nice as possible, no guarantees. So the best thing you can do, pick it, get a name, get a logo, send it over to Dax. If you're unsure about the sizing of logos, you can go into the Rocket Lads News. Talf, our production guy, has posted in there exactly what he wants to see for sizing. I'm sure he can help you with that a little bit too. But no matter what, even if it is the wrong size, let's get it in. At least get it in by October the 17th, and we can help adjust that size if we have to. A couple other things to remember. You got to try and keep things on schedule. The season's going to start on November the 1st. Now, we all know we all got more important things, and we want to take care of the more important things first. That is absolutely number one, right? Life comes first, not the game. However, we're committed to the game, so get committed to the game where you can. When you have your free time, get your matches played, talk to your captain, let's get them scheduled. Teams need to play a match a week at the most. We're not asking for more. A match a week. They don't take but maybe 20 minutes to get one in, depending and if you want it to be faster, sweep your opponent. And then it will be. So captains of the winning team are responsible to report match results, right? So we won, we lost by this many games, etc. Now, anybody on your team can submit match replays. That's your video replays. Doesn't matter who can do that. So if you got someone on your team that's super good at remembering that, it won't be me. It'll probably be Nias. Let's get those team replays recorded or kept, saved, sent off. And so, captains, though, you are responsible to make sure that that does get done, even if you delegate it to someone else. That's completely fine. A little bit of change in the structure. Well, not really. The bottom two teams in each division, as we always have two divisions, the bottom two teams in each division will play in the wildcard weekend. So really, we've done this before. Super fun weekend, even if you find yourself in a wildcard spot. It's a blast. You can ask in other seasons, even the ones that played in wildcard and lost, had a great time doing it. Of course, you lose in a wildcard, your season is finished. The other two teams will advance to the playoffs, and teams will be seeded in a playoff bracket based on their round robin win-loss. Now, if there is a tie in wins-losses, typically we'll go to a head-to-head or a goal differential. So we'll see. Usually it falls to goal differential because head-to-head gets a little bit, well, I beat him and he beat, we beat that. So that can sometimes get tied up. But I will leave it to the admin channel. We will update you on what we're going to decide to do with those ties. So that is it, guys. November 1st, here we go. Season 5, Rocket Lads is kicking off. Let's get those logos and names in. Get communicating to your teams. Get to know everyone on your team. Have some fun when you've got the time. Get prepared because we are kicking it off. We cannot wait. And guys, I will see you on the pitch.